Hello, my name is Abe. Welcome back to Dead Cells. Let's keep playing and practicing and everything. Does this still have, yep, the queen. Kill her for more blueprints. Now I wonder if that means that it's just like the normal blueprints of, you know, when you kill them you'll get a new outfit unlocked. You know, what about enemy-wise? Is there any enemies that we can kill that maybe gives us more blueprints? Let me test something. Oh, I can't, I already went too far ahead. I can't reset the cell mode indicator. What type of a run would we like here? Well, you know what I like? How about some cards? You wanna play some cards today? Cards are tactics? All right, well, I was kinda hoping that the cards would be, no. Swap. I was kinda hoping that the cards would be maybe survival as well. I mean, it's a green line when you use the cards, you know? But I'm kind of curious to see how these would play out in a run. It feels like, I'll upgrade them, make everything even. It feels like they wouldn't be that good, but I guess they do deal a lot of damage. Is this what the heck is this? $10,000, but if you pick it up, you'll be cursed. Sure, I'm not scared. You gotta hold it? Eliminate 20 enemies? Look, that's a lot of enemies, admittedly. But it's also a lot of money, so you know what? Have some of that. we'll try to make it work. Get out of here. What's interesting about this is that, like, the third attack doesn't really seem to do that much damage on its own, but it's really the crits that come back that deal a lot of damage. I recalled the cards and they got the kill. Let's freaking go. Kill one more enemy and we will not die. I think that's a good thing. I'm not gonna take Spartan sandals. I don't know if there is a, oh, the right, enemies teleport now. I don't know if there is a meta for, yo, these cards, they're actually really good. They like curve and home, and that's very interesting. Well, I don't think they home. I think they're just kind of curving a little bit. That's pretty cool. I don't really want to do another tactics build though. I kind of do want to do another brutality build. So I will kind of mix my upgrades at least temporarily, I think. Yeah, I'll mix my upgrades at least temporarily until we find something else. How about a shark? How about a shark? It's survival, but it's also kind of melee, kind of ranged, you know? It's super slow though. It also obliterated that guy and stunned the crap out of him. It got him. I don't know, I kind of like it. It's at least kind of interesting, kind of unique, kind of weird. Hey, come here. Got him. Yo, that's really good. What the heck? Rooting the enemy, causing it to bleed, makes the victims bleed, does 20% more damage, cannot be interrupted, does more damage on rooted targets, launches a grenade. It's like the perfect shark gun. Verdacula says, baby shark. It's not really a baby shark, it's kind of a big, you know, mama shark here. This thing is huge. You see the size of the shark? The shark is huge. I never really used the Terraria shark item though. It's not very good, I don't think. Whenever you find it, you always usually have like a better weapon at that point. At least that was my history with it. All right, do we want the orb? Yeah, I think we want the orb of you have a lot more health, and we can probably get rid of maybe like the ice grenade. I mean, it does drastically increase your health by like 2.5 times, that's pretty decent. That's the flawless. I don't really want the flawless at all. I guess the idea is that you don't always have to just use it as a ranged weapon. You know, it is still a melee weapon that you can use to kill some enemies. This is fine what we have. You did get me. I don't know, I tend to struggle a little bit with figuring out how best to use heavy slow weapons. And this is definitely a heavy slow weapon. How did that not throw the shark? You know, it's got one of those, not issues, but one of those things where if you're in the middle of an attack, you pretty much can't dodge roll immediately. So I think it might just be a little bit too slow for my liking, but I guess that is survival in a nutshell, isn't it? Survival weapons tend to be very big, heavy, slow. Boy's Axe is not that bad. Roots the victim, deals damage when recalled, but it's also not a shark. So you know what? Screw it. We'll just use a shark for another floor. We'll see what happens with it. Diminutive Jerry says, Mini Shark is busted. What do you mean? The Mini Shark is a pretty good gun, but that's Mini Shark, not Baby Shark. Doot, 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 doot. What is our path gonna be, by the way? I think we should go to the promenade. We haven't been to the promenade yet since returning back to Dead Cells. And Promenade Prison Ossuary seems like a fun time. I have not been to the ossuary in a while. I kinda wanna go back and take a look at it. See what's changed in the ossuary, and we're on BC4, so in theory, this will be all of the annoying enemies that we're ever gonna get. Nothing new is gonna spawn, so we can take a look at it, learn about these paths, and start mixing it up a bit. We will still go to the Lighthouse, though, because that's the whole point of playing with the Queen of the Sea DLC, but at some point we will go back to the castle, too. I can't believe we actually got 30. With how many times I got hit, that's kind of absurd. Thank you. Boomerang, amulet, cluster grenade. We already have a grenade. I guess for now, we can just use the boomerang. Although the cards were fun too. All right, I got an idea. Let's use the cards for a little bit, then we'll use the shark for a little bit. Throw the shark into the water in the kill door. Kildor? Who's Kildor? Kildor! Triple O outfit. Kildor. Is someone I should be familiar with? I guess we're still open to doing a tactics build, but we just did one. Let's not do a tactics build. Let's just take like No Mercy, just to give us a little bit of an advantage on this upcoming biome, and we'll figure out what we're doing after this point. You know what? There's something that I need to think about. On the normal... The door opened by getting 30 kills without getting hit. Well, I'll throw the shark into the kill door later, I guess. There's something I'm wondering about. In the 5-cell path that takes you to... This is a cool outfit. This is a new one, I think. In the 5-cell path that takes you to the... Oh, come on. It's the Nerves of Steel. No. We just did it. In the 5-cell path that takes you to the collector, you can pick up healing in the Astrolab. Where is the last healing available if you don't go the Astrolab? I know there's healing in... You're blowing up. That does a lot of damage. I know there's healing in... the nest, or the level before the nest, because the nest is the boss fight. Yeah, there's healing there. Oh, the cards just do damage if they hit an enemy on the way back. These are actually doing a pretty good job of stunning too. I know that there's healing in the Stilt Village. I think you can buy health there. I think you can buy health in the Ossuary if you really want a healing flask. But there doesn't seem to be health in the corrupted ship area. The corrupted shipwreck. There also does not seem to be a flask in the Lighthouse, obviously, because, you know, that's just, it's a boss level. So I'm wondering where the last kitchen is. Although I suppose there could be a 4BC kitchen in the corrupted Lighthouse. We just haven't seen it yet because we haven't been on 4BC yet. So we're gonna have to think about it, you know? We're gonna try to keep an eye out, and if we can maybe find some sort of a if we can find some sort of a kitchen, that'll be extremely useful in our future. I don't know, this seems okay. I mean, it's a pretty good ranged weapon here. Fractured Shrines. Yeah, that's the other one. That's the other one. Thank you. Fractured Shrines. Hattori's Katana. That's what I think about that. You know, give me back the shark here. Let's go a little bit slower. Sepulcher? I don't know if there's a health shop in the Sepulcher. That would be after the Stilt Village. That's pretty late. There's not? Okay. Okay. Dude, what does this run, by the way? What are we doing? I still don't know what we're doing. So, like, I don't know, random skills and look for something good? I'd like to do a melee run, because we haven't done one since our first go-through. Dude, this shark is slow. Although maybe it's more of a, you know, attack, dodge roll sort of a thing. You know, don't just stand still and dodge roll. That'd probably be a pretty good idea, wouldn't it? Wouldn't you think? Wouldn't you say? Don't you say? There's fire. Oh, that was floating. It looked a little weird. We'll figure it out, though. We'll figure it out. We'll figure out what we're doing on this run, too. As soon as we find a good weapon, that's basically at the point where it's like, okay, I know what we're doing now. We're just gonna put everything into this. The owl is not that good weapon. But hey, any additional opportunity to find loot in cell modes, I'm happy with. Give me random weapons. Giant killer, fire blast, firebrand, heavy crossbow. We did a heavy crossbow run recently. Or not heavy crossbow, but a crossbow run. Pyrotechnics is it's interesting. The boomerang does spread oil, and it is ranged, but critical hits on an oil target is pretty easy when you have a boomerang. So maybe it will do a brutality run, possibly. You open up with a boomerang, and then you start just firing off the fireballs. Let's see, maybe. Wolf trap. Electric whip. Wolf trap. I mean, it is good. It is quite good. Can you go to that zone where you turn the lights on halfway through the level and then go back for tougher enemies, says disposable account. That is the, let's see if I remember the name, Slumbering Sanctuary. We might go there. I would like to try to go ossuary, maybe crypt, graveyard, because I haven't been to the graveyard yet since coming back. I just realized too, I was gonna throw the shark in some water. I gotta go get another shark now. No, throw that, then you do the critical hits. Throw the boomerang, then throw pyrotechnics. I mean, that does a lot of damage. Now I just need some other way of inflicting oil that's red, and then we can do some sort of brutality run, and then maybe in a little while, we can always change our brutality run. You know, we don't have to run range brutality if we run it now, basically. Although I suppose we could always just run tactics, and we could keep the boomerang, which is doing pretty good damage. on its own. Yo, it's legendary items. Wait, is that a shielder who's also guarding a legendary item? The ossuary does not lead to the crypt. Well, I'm gonna go to the ossuary anyways, so. I thought maybe there would have been another exit that we just hadn't unlocked before. Yeah, these guys are getting shielded. That is distressing. Look, it doesn't deal crits if you're on fire, just if you, oh my god, it's a freaking Nerves of Steel! It's a legendary Nerves of Steel. I mean, honestly, at this point, I feel like I have to. Like, the game has given me 2 of them. And one of them's legendary. Iron Core, you have a good night. Thanks for being here. I'll see you later. It's just so good. And now if we get a shield, we could just do like literally the same run that we did last time, but this time with a legendary weapon instead of a non-legendary weapon. I think we have to. Just run actually, we don't have to run tactics now because it's a legendary version. We could run like survival brutality for maximum health. Game, I heard you like Nerves of Steel. It's like spread the love, you know? Not the same run, not the same run! Yeah. I mean, if we keep 2 stats really high, crap. If we keep 2 stats really high, then Nerves of Steel will scale off of both of those stats. So we don't need any more tactics. We can just say that the current tactics that we have was just for like the purposes of getting health, and then every other scroll goes into brutality. And then we can just roll brutality, and then at some point, you know, if we roll brutality, at some point we can always change. You know, we can just use Nerves of Steel for the time being. Which I want to do because it's great. It's the best bow, I think. Yeah, let's do it. Let's roll brutality. But we'll use the range for the time being, I think. So you're an elite. Go ahead. You're dead. Poisons enemies that wound you. I like the extra jumps, and it's the same rating. Although I haven't actually used the extra jumps, I do like them. What's our current kill streak? Ah, man, the game crashed. I hate it. Ah! Gotcha. And you believed me. You fools, you foolish fools. So far, this is really good, though. So far, this is really good. Random skills. I don't really want to replace anything right now. Early, you know, it was, oh, I need to really replace all this garbage that I have. Now it's like, I don't care. It's fine. The boomerang is just for oil, so if I get an oil grenade, I'll just use that instead. I mean, this could actually, we could just do like a fire synergy run. We haven't had a fire synergy run in a long time. So I would be totally down with that as well. If we've done everything, yes, we have. So let's go down to the prison depths, grab a cursed chest, and then we'll figure out what we're doing after that. Fire grenade, oil grenade would be perfect. Until we end up actually using this Nerves of Steel. By the way, I still have no shark, but I'll get a shark at some point. I'll throw the shark in the water and see if there's a special thing that happens there. Marksman's bow, light speed crusher. Don't like any of them. Don't need any of them. Hello? Well, look who's here. I have 555 freaking cells. That's too many cells. I have nothing to do with these cells. I suppose if we take brutality, we can take some of these things later, but for now, you know, maybe we just want like more general upgrades, you know? I don't think we need disengagement. Maybe like recovery for the time being, just like simple colorless ones while we, you know, figure out our run, rebuild it, upgrade it a little bit further, and then maybe find like some good bleed or fire synergies with a melee weapon, and then we can not worry about the bow we have. Mighty Odin, welcome to the stream. How you doing today? Well, I mean, there's a good sword, but it's a bleed sword, which is not really what I wanted. Let's see here. 1600 damage with pyrotechnics. This does, it does 2702, and it's just better. It doesn't pierce targets, but it's just so good. It does so much damage. Okay, let's get rid of the blood sword. Let's just keep our current loadout. Let's just let's get through this floor, then we'll worry about it. Hey, come here. He doesn't even need to teleport, he jumps. Don't worry about that guy. Just gotta be a little bit careful about these enemies that you can't necessarily see in the distance. Okay. I see you. And then is you. Wow, he got real close. I'm such a scaredy cat. There's so many enemies down here. Hey, get out of here. I love that you guys are still oiled up. Please die though. I guess I kind of like the synergy that we have right now just because it is fire and oil based, huh? It's 50% health. We'll take that at the end of the floor. You know, if we can keep the fire critting, even though if we can get rid of the boomerang for something maybe a little bit stronger, we can keep the fire damage, keep it critting, keep stacks of fire going on enemies, and maybe build something here. It is nice to have something a little bit more spammable, too. It does a lot of damage, too. Oh, God. Ye gods. I wonder what the best item would be for inflicting oil. I mean, what we have is really freaking good for inflicting oil, but I wonder if there's something better that works a little bit better with specifically brutality. That'd be kind of cool. Machete and pistol. You know what? Does 1,000 damage on the critical shot? Bump and inflict critical damage on the third hit. I gotta try this a little bit more here. No, come over here. Fight me over here, like a man. The pistol is actually really fast. Actually, it doesn't seem that bad, does it? As long as you get the third hit in, it's not that bad. Plus damage to a burning target, frozen target, shoots arrows, victims' remains explode, machete and pistol. That's not bad. Are you looking for blueprints? Asks Frustalupi. Sorry, I was ignoring chat for a minute there. I'm kind of looking for blueprints. I'm kind of, Are you talking to me, actually? Yeah, you're probably talking to me. I'm kind of looking for blueprints. I'm kind of just having a good time practicing the DLC floors and stuff. And practicing with these new weapons. Yo, actually... Ah, you got me. I think you had to get to 60 on this floor too, so we're not gonna get there. The bump is pretty nice, now that I'm using it a little bit more. It's not a perfect lockdown, but it's like definitely good enough. It seems like it's doing good damage. I kinda like it. I kinda like it. I guess I could take this instead of the fire synergy and we can actually roll, you know, a new weapon. Maybe like put a shield on this and then roll a shield as well. And then we'll still have nerves of steel in our pocket that we can use whenever we want. Actually, you know what we could do? You son of a... We could use pyrotechnics just to light them on fire to get more damage out of the machete pistol. The machete pistol? Because the damage, again, it's like actually like decent. So let's go back and pick up all the items that we left behind. And HP. And we'll figure out where this run stands. Yoink. But yeah, I think we'll dump the boomerang, we'll keep pyrotechnics, we'll keep the machete pistol, and we'll keep the that is pretty cool. There's our key. We'll keep the I haven't found any keys yet. I kind of forgot about them. We'll keep the bow. Das Boo. So we can light them on fire, and we can actually light them on fire really quickly. Yeah, we can light them on fire super quickly, then hit them with the machete pistol for fire damage bonus. I like it, I like it. Now all I need is a, that's pretty good. Now all I need is a pyrotechnics that spreads oil. I don't even know if that's a freaking thing, but I kind of hope so. What the heck kind of a layout is this? It's a teleporter. All right, let's go to the ossuary. It's been a while. I believe there is a food shop. I guess that's true. We could get an oil sword to inflict oil, but I kind of like I want to try out this weapon, the machete pistol. But if I find an oil sword, we'll talk. Okay, I don't think we need to reforge. Have to spend on a new upgrade. Use speed is increased. They completely protect you from damage for 2 seconds. That just seems so bad. I don't know if it is bad or not. It just seems bad. Consuming food curses you. Less curses. Recover health. Let's go up and you know, give me Predator. Give me the invisibility again. Maybe we'll try to roll that. Dun 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 dun. Da, 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 da. The music in this game is just too good. Okay. You, I can probably just hit with some range. In fact, we can just hit everyone with some range if we really... He turned around at the last possible moment, the jerk. It's a little hard to identify the range of the pistol, because it definitely has a shorter range than you would think for it being a gun. Some melee weapons in this game have a longer range than this freaking pistol. It's the long war sawed-off shotgun. Don't worry, the game did not crash that time. Flamethrower turret. Okay, well now we're talking. There's your fire if you want to roll a shield. We do have to drop the grenade though. I kinda don't want to. I like what we have right now. The flamethrower turret is pretty dope, but I believe it was buffed. That's what people say. People say that the 1-2-3 combo on the machete pistol was buffed, like a faster use speed or something, but I don't know what it was previously. I have no knowledge of whether or not it was a good weapon before. I have no knowledge whether or not it's a good weapon now. Whoa! He did not summon laser beams for some reason. Blah. Nah, I like what we have. That's the reason my malaise increases in the ossuary. These guys are highly annoying, I agree. So I gotta remember, we gotta YX. We gotta light them on fire, then slash. Let's just focus brutality, I think. Pretty good. I guess the idea is that the pistol does pierce, because it's not really a ranged weapon. You know, it doesn't fire a projectile, it just hits. If anything is in front of you, it gets hit, which makes it a little bit more viable for crowds. Absolutely. It used to be complete trash, but it's all right now. It's harsh. Harsh on the machete pistol. It does feel maybe a little slow. You know what it is? It's the pistol that's slow. The pistol you can't dodge immediately, so that's probably where we're gonna get hit if we get hit. Forgot I could do that. Hey, get out of here. Hey, get out of here. Oh, good. Legendary. Who's gonna like summon laser beams around him and he's gonna like instantly kill me. Let's not go this way then. We have to kill 6 more enemies. So let's go over here. The Rusty Circuit, welcome. Help, Twitch is trying to get me back into Genshin Impact. I guess you do you. Is the new DLC cool? The new DLC is really fun. A big focus on the boss fights in the Lighthouse. It is hard, but it's enjoyable so far. But I always enjoy the Dead Cells DLCs. They do a freaking great job with it all the time. No, I got stuck. Kind of. Why are you trying to kill me? I just want an easy enemy, please. Oh, got it. We're invisible too. Hit him. Let's freaking go. Burr, 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 burr. It'll be hard to do the Lighthouse without a shield, I think. I used a shield last time. We have to go this way. I used a shield last time. And it was like phenomenally great. Oh, hey, how's it going, gentlemen? What's going on? Got him. Golden amulet. Don't want it. You are already wounded. Freaking Elmer Fudd over here. He was already wounded. Take the moment and, you know, take a drink or something when you're loading one of the screens. What a bomb trick. I was really curious if I could get the bomb to land, because I knew he was down there. I'm glad I got it. It was fun. We have fun here. Random skills. Do we really need any random skills at this point? I don't think so. I guess we could roll Serenade, but I don't know if the bug still exists with it where it changes its own statistics after a while. Without having it be a consistent Serenade, I'd be worried about it doing double damage to me accidentally, if that can even happen. But when you build around a synergy with the Serenade and then you don't get the synergy because it changes stats, it's kind of useless. Just rather have something else. Are there any enemies on this level? You know, it seems really good. The fact that I can hit enemies on another, like, platform as I'm on is also, like, really cool and fantastic and wonderful and awesome. And really helps me to kill those kind of really tall, annoying enemies that you find in this game all the damn time. We're doing a pretty good job so far. And then on occasion, you know, we can just throw out some pyrotechnics, at least for now. It's like, don't be another cursed chest, please. Twin daggers, 4,000 DPS. You know, so like, it's weird. I look at my damage with the machete and pistol, and I see that it's good, but then I look at the twin daggers, and it just does more damage. Even the non-critical hits do more damage. And it's a faster weapon. Like, so you get a little bit of like extra range with the pistol shot here, but it's just substantially worse than the twin daggers. So like, if we roll the twin daggers for a little bit, let's compare. You know, we definitely have a little bit more of a range problem. So I could possibly see clusters of enemies being a little bit harder to control. But killing enemies seems a lot more consistent when you're rolling a twin dagger, just because of the fact that it just does more damage. Like 50% more damage on average. And it doesn't have that like little lag behind the third shot where you can't dodge roll. It's got a tiny bit of lag after the third hit where you can't dodge roll, but it's shorter than with the pistol. So it's a safer weapon to boot. I know there was a fire synergy there, but I don't think resummoning the turret counts as it being destroyed. So like, I'm looking at the machete and pistol, and like, I'd rather just use the twin blades. So I guess we're just gonna use twin blades. You know, might be a little bit dull because we've had the twin blades before, but I just can't see a reason not to. Like, they are just straight up better. They do more damage, they're faster. There's less of a downtime after the third hit where you can't dodge roll. We get a little bit less range with it, but that's it. And we can reroll this to have, you know, extra damage on fire like we had with the machete pistol. That's not a problem. Nice kills. Not anymore. I didn't even notice, but 69 is long past us. I don't play Brutality, but the twin daggers are still incredible. I didn't realize people could have like a main in the game. I guess I kind of have a main. My favorite runs are the Nerves of Steel runs. It's just the best bow. Sickle sucks. So I guess I do have a preference, but I suppose since we have a legendary bow in our pocket still, I'll just do, you know, Brutality. We'll just use the bow whenever we want. At this point, screw tactics. We want to dump it into survival, specifically so that we can get the legendary damage bonus. So Fire Blast, Infantry Bow. Pretty good. Fire Blast, Queen's Rapier. Man, the damage is so bad. On critting, it does less damage than the non-crit from the Twin Blade. Like, I understand that there's new weapons and everything in the game, but like, the game has to, and I don't like the moveset on the katana. The game has to incentivize me actually taking these things, you know? They can't just give it to me and expect me to take it. Assassin's Dagger, critical hit in the back. That's good, but more situational than the twin daggers. If we wanted a shield, we could take one. We could take one and then get a bleed synergy, which we already have with the twin dagger. So we could transition from pyrotechnics to bleed, which doesn't seem that bad. And then we would actually have a shield, but then again, you know, we haven't had a shield this whole run and it's been okay. So let's keep it going. Do we need the healing? We do. Let's go get that healing. I might rework it from the feedback. I mean, that's fair, but it's one of those things that's kind of difficult to balance. Like, should all weapons have the same DPS at all times? Because if all weapons have the same DPS, then really you'd be focusing on which weapon lets you hit more safely and more frequently. So you'd probably be focusing on like range of the weapons, in which case the katana would probably beat, sorry, not the katana, the pistol would probably beat the twin blades because the pistol has a bigger range on it if it had the same DPS. Hanged on the spot. So it's an interesting question of how do you balance it. Because like for me, I don't see a reason to use it. The twin daggers is just better. The twin daggers is better and it's also lower quality. It's level 7, but the pistol, the machete pistol, was level 8. So it's way more damage, not double damage, but like, what was it, 60% more damage or something at lower quality. It's absurd. Give me a shark, I'm gonna throw it in the water, like I was told to, and then forgot. Dude, the load is insane. Well, goodbye. Jojo, welcome, how's it going? You built your own PC today with the help of some friends, you're doing good. That's fun and fine and fair. Honestly, we don't need anything else. Well, actually, that's a lie. Movement speed for 5 seconds after killing an enemy, plus damage to a burning target. That's perfect. And our mutations are fine, at least for this fight. Let's see if we can flawless it. Getting a legendary piece of equipment would be nice. By the way, there is no alternative exit to the ossuary. That sucks, but that's okay. We'll just go to Slumbering Sanctuary again. It's a fun locale. What we really need is, damage is a little low. What we really need is, oil on the twin daggers. I guess if we get oil sword, that could be how we do oil. Yo, you're too close! Yeah, you hit me! What a jerk! This freaking guy! Whatever, just use pyrotechnics for a minute. Oh, I hate that when he does that with his AoE attack. He gets really close to you, he activates it twice in a row so you can't get past him, and then you try to dodge roll over his head, and then he, in that moment, decides to stop moving and attack you. What a jerk. What a huge freaking jerk. Well, at least we got value out of our nerves of steel. I wanted to stay at range, and we did. Ah. Hey, Audrey, welcome to the stream. How's it going today? Jojo says, I should play Dead Cells at some point, to be honest. You should, because this is a fun game. This one is starting to look awful familiar, says Mighty Odin when I pull out the bow. I wanted to use it for one combat. I was getting tired of dodging around that guy's nonsense. I got tired of dodging around his aura, and then the aura is the thing that ends up getting me killed. Well, no, just ruining my flawless. Ruining my chance at a legendary item, Hey, knock that off. Hey, knock it off. That was very dumb of me, and luckily we had healing. It's like I immediately forgot what enemies we were fighting down here. Hey. Whoa, careful there. It's not a very like powerful brutality run yet. I'm hoping we'll work out the kinks shortly though. I love that they both decided to come up to me. That helped me out a lot. I'm gonna keep the amulet that reveals invisible enemies because there's a lot of invisible enemies on this floor, it feels. Six HP short of full HP rip. It says 100. Surely that's good enough. Oh, what the heck? There were like 4 grenades up there. There's so many. What the hell? Is this 4BC mode? Did they drastically improve the chances of spawning grenades on levels? Oh my god. That's absurd. Oops, all grenades. Give me a new freaking weapon, man. Now the Vorpan is pretty good, but the crit's a little bit situational. Bloodsword, no thank you. Pyrotechnics. Why is ours so good? Critical hit damage up. I guess we'll just keep ours and move on, I suppose. I guess no real reason to spend money there, strangely. Dun 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 dun. Take a drink. Loading a doorway, don't worry about it. Throwing knives. You know, the fire's been fun, so I'm gonna keep it. I was thinking about going bleeding though, but I suppose if we need a bleeding synergy, we can just take a mutation that gives us a bleed synergy. You know, we don't have to force it. I think we got a little bit lucky. That was an easy fight. And we're about to hit the button, I think, too. Yeah, the button's right here, so... You know, prepare for hard mode. New layout. Let's see if we can't get to 60 at least. Get some extra items between here and our next floor. Wow, my God, it was the super zombie. You son of a dancer of the Arboreal Valley. Hate that guy. And these guys are immune to fire anyways, so yeah, we don't even do anything to them with the pyrotechnic. Hello! Oh God, it's lasers! You think you would tell me if there was freaking lasers going on? Guess not. Oops, my bad. Oops, all lasers. Hey, come over here to me. Oh, you're just not gonna aggro, huh? All right, that's actually like pretty good. That's the slight momentary lack of dodge ability when you're using a weapon. You know, the twin daggers, there is a short period of no dodge allowed on the third hit. The same thing was happening with the machete and pistol. It was a little bit longer, but even a shorter period of locking yourself down in place can get you hit on a weapon like this. Rolling melee. At least our clothes kind of fit with the environment. They're all orange now. Got like portal outfit on or something. Goodbye. What? Were you invincible on the way down? I don't believe it. I think they were invincible on the way down, which is why they lived. I still don't really know what this run is doing. Like, whoa, you hit real hard. Like, the run is fine, you know, we're doing physical damage, we have a melee build, and then we are kind of using pyrokinesis here to, pyrotechnics to give us ourselves a little bit of extra damage, but it's nothing particularly extreme right now. I'm noticing with those guys, oh God. Dancers, they kind of jump backwards on my third hit, so the third hit from the twin blades never hits them. So I should really do like a 1-2 large dodge roll 3, probably. Lacerating aura, spreads oil, cleaver. And that's not bad, honestly. I could use a new item here. Still holding this orb to get more blueprints, but that'll happen, you know, in a few floors from now. It gets me every time. I panic, thinking that my game is screwed up. Maybe we'll just go to the caverns. We'll completely screw our run. Who wants to live forever, you know what I mean? We'll go to the caverns. We'll fight a difficult boss and get completely screwed. Well, no, we got lacerating aura now. We're fine. You're screwed, not me! Challenge rift found. What's our combo? 9? I don't know, there's a chance. Let's make sure to come back. Grenade does damage, but the lacerating aura is fun too. We'll give it a go. I'm very experimental right now, you know? I want to take a lot of different options, figure out what works. What is doing that, man? It's so annoying. Lacerating aura is also pretty good against the demons, so that would make the caverns a little bit more appealing, not having to worry about the demons being basically unkillable if they're above you. One second. You son of a... You're ruining my freaking... Oh no. Move! Freaking Guardian is just obliterating me. The Golem, rather. He is becoming a bit of a nuisance. I guess we could try to do like lifesteal. We could put that on this build. I don't normally run that, but there's no reason why we can't try it. Actually, the damage from the pyrotechnic is pretty good overall. Ah, I freaking saw it. I was a little delayed, but I freaking saw it. The little okay, good. The little, there's a curse chest. I completely forgot about it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Probably, I don't know, we could do it. There's gonna be more enemies spawning down there too. You wanna try? I kinda want to. I have no idea what's happening on this run, so I kinda wanna just like throw everything at it and see what happens. I didn't expect it to be like down here by the exits. That's a weird place for that to spawn. Sure, let's do it though. Give me the curse chest. I've got freaking pyrotechnics, I'll be fine. Maybe I'll pull out the bow though and use that until I cleanse this. Actually, the root grenade, you know what? Spreads oil, roots enemies in place. Yeah. I think I like that a lot. And then the Nerves of Steel does 14,000 DPS. That's so freaking much. Let's get some easy kills here. See what happens. See if we can get our health back. And by health back, I mean just don't die. So we're gonna play this one very carefully. Very, very carefully. This does not pierce though, keep that in mind. But like, I'm killing everything in 1 hit instead of 8 hits. It's so good. Like, this really does feel like the best weapon to use for the situation. You know, we might not be able to do the, challenge portal if I still have the cursor remaining at the end of the floor. We'll see. Actually, there's enough enemies remaining now. Because of the statues that were here and the fact that more enemies were spawning, we got plenty. We got plenty. Careful, can't really see above my head that well. Gotta kill 4 more dudes. All right, 4 more dudes. Just be very careful. Okay, there's one of my dudes. There's another one of my dudes. And there's 2 more of my dudes. Just wait. Got him. I think I killed him with the grenade, so it counted as a melee kill. No, I probably killed him with the downwards attack, huh? All right, so that's been done. Let's put the Nerves of Steel back in the backpack. It's a good, like, emergency weapon. Like, oh no, I'm cursed, you know? Hey. Hey, it still knocks him down. Oh, you know what? It still does damage. It just doesn't light him on fire. That's what it does. I get it now. I get it. Okay, let's do this. I have to laugh. It's just too funny. Just picked up like 50 cells that we don't need. Put more brutality points. Can't go under this. Sometimes it feels like you can go under. So I always check. Lots of, you know, holding the right stick to control the camera in this location too. No, can't go under. Tell you what. Whoa! You son of a... One dodge roll is just a little too much distance. You just try to dodge roll twice, you'll just fall into the pit apparently. All right, well, lesson learned. Speaking of cells, when is the next syringe run? I guess the next time we get syringe, we could just pop it. But isn't syringe a survival piece of equipment? So it probably wouldn't be this run unless we find a colorless one. Let's go to the caverns, why not? I'm silly. I'm a bit silly today. Let's go here, use all of our healing flasks and completely ruin our run, because we won't have any for the Lighthouse section. Hello. No more blueprints. Acceptable. How about you? Reforge. I still like what we have. Okay, that did nothing. How about this? Recovery, no mercy. Dodging an enemy at the last moment. Okay, these must have been, I think these have been changed. Melee attacks restore a small amount of HP depending on attack damage for 5 seconds after dodging an attack at the last moment. Melee attacks restore a small amount of HP depending on attack damage as long as you have an active speed buff. Which the twin daggers will allow us to get a speed buff because they do increase our movement speed after killing an enemy. So they must have changed those two skills. I wonder how much they heal now. Could try Frenzy, like Frenzy, Predator, and then we could take Melee. I sometimes find that the slowdown on enemies is a little bit annoying to deal with, but 6 elites, flask refill. A vengeance? Yeah, let's reset our mutations. I want to take Predator. Give me Frenzy. Maybe Combo? It's gonna be bad on bosses, but we can always swap it before we do the final fights. Give me Combo. Plus damage after you kill an enemy. Temporarily. Yeah, let's do it. So I guess the idea here is that we're gonna wanna try to go fast, recover a little bit of health just by having the speed bonus from the twin blades, and we should in theory have a lot of movement speed buff because we'll be A, killing enemies with the twin blades, and B, killing lots of enemies, which gives you a speed buff anyways. So in theory, I guess this could work. So there's our speed buff. Speed buff, so 60, 61. Get like 100 HP back per enemy or something. You know, that'll take 140 kills to get back to full HP from 0, I guess. Hey, knock that off. I guess that, you know, could be better, could be worse sort of thing. Doesn't seem that bad. No destinations available, all right. We healed like 1,000 HP already. Do that 7 more times, we'll get back up to full health. I don't know, seems okay. Just kill you. You're already dead, you just don't know it yet, my dude. I really do like being invisible. I actually think that that's like a very kind of important part of a brutality kit. Being invisible for as long as you can, running through the enemies and killing them as fast as possible. Whenever I've done this, I've usually had pretty good results. Hey, get out of here. Let's just kill him, because I kind of screwed up that engagement ever so slightly. Hello. Oh my god. Holy shit. What the hell? All right, that was a little rough. He killed me. He would have killed me in 2 shots if it didn't have 1 hit protection. And he's still going, huh? Hey. I don't know why he was so hard to kill. I mean, he's a tough enemy, let's be honest, but it seemed like he was gaining a little bit too much protection. Pretty sure there's no way we're getting that health flask back either, so we are just 1 flask down from here on out. A little unfortunate. Oh hey, I guess syringe is brutality. It's not what I'm looking for, not what I'm looking for though. That was rough, that was very rough. I remember why I hate this place now. This place is hard. Are you kidding? That I just hate because I was invisible and they were still hitting me. They were still shooting exactly where I was. What's the point of having this, you know, invisibility buff if they know exactly where you are at all freaking times, dude? Whatever, you're dead. Okay, come here. I'm trying to like still go fast to try to get healing out of this. This is my test to see if frenzy is actually worth anything, pretty much. Hey. Come here. Let's keep rolling survival. Just to buff the damage of our legendary bow if we ever do end up using it. You son of a gun! The bird got me! He got me down below like 15% health, which is the one-shot protection. Yeah, I mean, that entire run, I basically I was not comfortable at all with our build. I guess I should have just like had a shield. You know, if you're rolling brutality, just grab a shield. It just makes it so much easier. It smooths yourself out a little bit. I was loving the pyrotechnics though, but yeah, I should have just had a shield on that one. That would have been a little bit better. Well, you know, this is what I wanted though. I wanted to get to 4-cell mode so we could kind of practice and figure out what we were missing on our runs. What we're missing is a good, like, brutality 4-cell build. We didn't really have one. We weren't really focused on anything in particular, no real synergies. It was just run around and hit things with your sword and hopefully dodge their attacks. Lonely's Troll says lifestealing games is either OP or weak AF. What's interesting is that in Dead Cells it's both. Recovery can allow you to recover almost all of your health after getting hit by an attack, but the lifesteal in this game is just so slow unless you're rolling survival, because every time you can make it so that every time you parry, you get health back, a lot of health back. So, you know, you can get an insane amount of health back if you're rolling survival and a shield, but frenzy, maybe if you have way more scrolls, the frenzy heal would be a little bit better, or maybe the, what was it, the adrenaline heal, whatever the other one was. But it just wasn't really doing what I wanted it to do. Frenzy works better with survival weapons. That's kind of, I mean, that's, okay, I guess there are two more pieces of questions, not pieces of questions, there's two more questions that I have. One is, does frenzy and adrenaline, do those heals scale with scrolls or just the raw weapon damage that you're doing? Because if they just scale with the raw weapon damage that you're doing, then yeah, I could see that working with, you know, high damage survival weapons and you're getting a lot of health back from those. But normally things would scale off of brutality if they're brutality mutations, and I would imagine that the healing would also scale. But yeah, even running survival weapons, I probably wouldn't run frenzy. I would just run a shield and then run the on parry heal 5% of your health. You parry 20 times, you get to full health. What was it? We figured it out. We would have to kill 140 enemies with a speed buff, or like 100 enemies with a speed buff to get to 0 to 100% HP or something like that, or 100 enemies. Like that's a ton. That's way more than just parrying a few times. But yeah, I could have done a lot better on that run. It was you know, to practice high cell brutality run, I need to focus a little bit more on getting some sort of like good synergy that allows me to do damage a little bit more consistently and faster. And I think a shield would have actually helped out substantially so that I could kill these annoying enemies that are normally difficult to deal with. I don't know if you can actually shield the bird attacks. You used to not be able to, but maybe they changed it. I don't know. Anyways, it's weird, you know? We're gonna have to practice to get better at brutality. Brutality was definitely the hardest build. Back when I was playing Dead Cells a little bit more regularly, you know, you would have tactics runs where you just get the best bow you can. Survival runs, you get like a good crossbow or, you know, super scythe claws and 80,000 health and nothing can kill you. But brutality is always, I think, the weakest of the three, just because you put yourself in such danger. Anyways, hey, for those of you on YouTube, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you've enjoyed it, subscribe for more. Check me out on Twitch for when I go live, support me on Twitch, Patreon, and Streamlabs, and I hope to see you here again for the next run of Dead Cells.